Hello, you, and welcome to the Oz podcast. I am Oz Zoglami, mental expert, international speaker, and I specialize in the art of transformation. Yes, transformation is possible. Actually, when you look at your life, there are winning strategies and losing strategies. Winning strategies will bring you the right results, results that are aligned with you. But who are you? When you look at you look at the subconscious mind, the conscious mind, and all these tiny mechanisms that create your reality. In this podcast, we will discover those mechanisms that will transform your life. Let's begin. Many people talk about the transformation, about the art of transforming lives. So today we're going to dig deeper into the subject and understand what do we mean by transformation. And I find this word interesting, trans, like transcendence, and formation. It's like you gotta form yourself, like a transformation. You form your body, the all forms basically, to get them to a certain level. It's like going to certain level to go somewhere higher than when you are right now. So transformation is literally saying that you are more than what society, that your past made you believe who you are. You are unique and you deserve to be unique. You deserve to explore areas of your uniqueness. You are a soul. You are a creator. You are consciousness. You are energy. And when you hear the word energy, what comes to mind? Yes, it's malleable, it's flexible. You can do whatever you want with energy. And that's how the mind is. When you look at neuroscience and neuroplasticity of the mind, you're going to discover how the mind is a strange place that we're still discovering it, but the mind has this capacity of changing, of evolving, of transforming. You can transform the neuronal pathways in your mind. You can transform your life. So transforming is about evolving. It's about going to another state, to another level. And today we're going to discuss more in details about what do we mean by transformation. In my job, I use a lot the word transformation. I love the word transformation. I love using the word transforming lives. And something else that comes to mind when I hear the word transformation is the word creation. When you gain more control over your tools of creation. Yes, tools of creation. Because that energy, which is who you are really, have the power to use these tools to create a certain life, to transform, to evolve, to reach a certain state of consciousness. So the creation tools can be, your mind is a creation tool, your emotions are a tool of creation, your body by taking actions is a tool of creation. So transforming your life is using your tools of creation to create the best reality there is. And when we say best reality, we're not saying about what society taught you what's the best reality is, having certain level of lifestyle or reaching a certain level in your career, then what? It's about connecting first to that energy, connecting to your soul, and allow your soul to create through these creation tools, which is amazing. When you look at many people, they're creating right now, but they're not creating out of their soul. They're creating their worst reality. They're victim of their mind, they're victim of their emotions, and they're victims of their body. So basically, they allow ignorance, toxicity to control their tools, and those tools are now controlling their souls. They're controlling that energy. So they're transforming also, but they're transforming into the worst reality there is. And through that reality, they're learning, they are evolving. Yes, because even the worst reality there is for you, there are lessons in that reality. There is evolution to make in that reality. Many people who have succeeded at connecting with themselves, they went through very difficult moments in their pasts. They went through traumas. They went through horrible divorces. They went through death. Yes, they lost people they loved. Some lost their children. Some lost their parents. Some went through horrible experiences. Some went through rape. Some got traumatized. At a very young age. So I hear all of these stories and people come and they're like, oh my God, I have a horrible story that happened to me. You see, they enter in that victimhood. Well, yes, they're suffering. They're going through very difficult emotions. But again, that's the best thing that could ever happen to them. I know I won't say that to that person right away, but in the back of my mind, I'm saying, you need to suffer in order to evolve. You needed to go through that experience in order to evolve. Actually, those childhood traumas are necessary for your evolution. The mind needs those traumas. But again, you need to regain control over your soul, and this is where it gets interesting. Us, what do you mean by soul? What do you mean by energy? Well, actually, the highest of frequencies is love, peace, wisdom, gratitude. These are energies that are vibrating at a very high frequency. What do we mean by frequency? Meaning that these energies are the energies of the truth. When we say the word, what is the truth? The truth is found in love. The truth is found in wisdom. The truth is found in gratitude. So when you connect to that gratitude, to that love, to that peace, to that wisdom, you are in the truth. You have connected to the truth. So here, when you look at that energy vibrates at a certain frequency. So ask yourself this question. What frequency are you vibrating at? Are you vibrating at the frequency of love, one of the highest frequencies, or at the frequencies of hate, of fear, which is one of the worst frequencies? And you're going to see that many people take their actions or use their emotional tools and use their mindset, their thoughts, the things that they focus on through fear. So they're victims of the lowest of frequencies, which is the lie. As soon as you find yourself living a life in victimhood, a life filled with fear, a life filled with hate, a life filled with ego, you are lying to yourself. The truth is the opposite. And your energy, what makes you, you, is made of the highest of frequencies. That's why we feel amazing when we are in love. That's why we feel great when we are grateful. That's why we feel amazing when we hear somebody who's honest, somebody who helps us with unconditional love, someone who is not expecting anything from us. That's the best kind of love. And that's a love that transforms lives. Because when you receive that love, you have no choice but to follow that love, become that love. And many people have transformed their lives when they receive that love, unconditional love. And that's what I say to parents. Give your children unconditional love. But here you see many parents, they're giving their child conditional love. What's the difference? Conditional means there are conditions to the love that I'm going to give you. Do this so I can love you. Succeed at school, so I'm going to love you. But if you don't succeed at school, I'm not your parent anymore. You see, there are conditions in order to respect the love, in order to receive that love from the parent. And the same thing happens in relationships. People who have a higher level of consciousness, who are connected to their soul, they are filled. They don't need anything else. They are self-sufficient. They have this abundant mindset. And guess what? These people are the people who will give you unconditional love. They're gonna love you without expecting anything in return. They're gonna love you without expectations. Free love. And that's the kind of love that's going to change humanity. That's the kind of love that's going to raise the level of frequencies. It's going to raise the level of this collective consciousness. So here, you are made of that energy. Yes, that's you. That's you. People who hurt people, it's because they're vibrating at a frequency of hate. They're not connected to their soul. Somebody who's connected to their soul, it's somebody who's connected to the divine, connected to the universe. They're one of the best creators in this life. They think about something and it manifests in their life. So everybody's a creator. Actually, you don't need to read a book about law of attraction to attract, because you're attracting right now 24/7 everything that you're thinking about. All these programs, this subconscious program that is within you that you're playing every single day, consciously or unconsciously, is being fulfilled, is being materialized, because the energy materializes through imagination, through things that you focus on, through the thoughts that you have. You're gonna materialize a certain reality. So here you find yourself creating without even being aware of what you're creating. And that's what's going on in the world. Everybody's creating. Some are aware of what they're creating. Those are the people who work on themselves, who are connected to themselves. But many other people, they're not connected to what they're creating. They think it's luck. They think it's just coming. Many people say, God is doing that. Well, God is creating through you. God gave you tools that you have to use through your soul that is connected to God through love, so you can create a certain reality. It's amazing. It's just unbelievable. So the first tool is the mind. What do we say by the mind? The thoughts that you have, the mindset. How do you see life? Do you look at the negative or the positive? Do you focus on the negative or the positive? When you go through a difficult situation, is it really a difficult situation or a learning experience? Are you a pessimist or an optimist? Many people will say, that's the truth. Well, that's the truth that you perceived. Somebody else will perceive another truth. It depends on how you use the tool of the mind. How do you look at things? How do you interpret things? And then we have the tool of emotions. And I call it your emotional home. Emotional home are the emotions, the set of emotions that you go through the most during your day. What emotions are you triggering in your life? What emotions are you playing over and over and over and over again? Well, these emotions are regulating your vibrational frequency and are attracting things in your life that vibrate at the same frequency. Yes, through your emotions. Actually, emotions are one of the strongest creation tools. Yes, because you create with your emotions. But again, what is your emotional home? And then there is the body. The body will materialize these emotions. One, through the body, it's going to imprint through the body. People will say, I'm sick. People who have tumors, cancers, people who say, I'm not feeling well, or I'm tired, or I feel tight, or I can't sleep. Those are emotions that have imprinted through your body because you didn't manage your emotions in the right way, and you're living in a very toxic emotional home. And those emotions are now imprinted through your body. That's why you get sick. And many of my clients come to see me with diseases or with pains, and they don't understand how after releasing those emotions, after doing this energetic cleanse, the pain is gone. And then after 2 weeks, they come back, it came back. Then we do the same thing, the pain is gone again. Because as soon as you release the emotions, as soon as you regulate your chakras, your energetic balance, what happens? No pain anymore. You heal. Miraculous healings are not miraculous. It's because you have released the excess emotions from your body. It's just amazing. It's about you raising your level of awareness and consciousness, changing your lifestyle, working on some past traumas. Imagine people who have held emotions since they were 5 years old. They never managed those emotions. They just let these emotions stack on their shoulders. And then they're like, oh my God, I don't have clarity toward my future. I feel lost. I feel depressed. That's normal because you haven't released those emotions. So that emotional work is crucial because emotions create your reality. And then we have, again, the body will imprint those emotions, and the body will also create its own program because the body will vibrate at a certain frequency and the body will create a certain reality. Yes, you create through your body, and the body also takes actions to manifest a certain reality. So you create through those tools. And transformation is you gaining control over those tools instead of you giving those tools to the past, to your parents, to your friends, or to everybody else outside of you, to situations, to your boss, to work. And then you say, how come I can't manage well my emotions? How come I can't sleep? Well, because you are not in control of these creation tools. And that's where transformation begins. You connecting to that energy, to that love within you. So now imagine you seeing the world in alignment with your creation tools. Just imagine. What kind of reality will you see? How are you going to interpret situations? How are you going to see life? And that's when you're going to start seeing the world differently. So we live in the same world, but everybody is seeing a different reality. And the reality that everybody's seeing is aligned with their level of consciousness. So literally, we are living in different universes. We are in the same world, same physical world, but energetically, we are not at the same level. Some people, they just don't see problems. Some people are living life in alignment with love, with peace, with happiness. They're so fulfilled. But some other people, they're living in this heavy energy. They're filled with hate. They're so focused on their job, on stress, on competition. And the more that you vibrate at a high frequency, and the easier you're going to create. But when you're stuck into this material world, into your ego, into I gotta take so many actions in order to succeed, well, you're gonna create, but very slowly. And you don't have 500 years to create the life that you want to create. You don't have 500 years to live the relationship that you want to live, to connect with your family, to connect with your friends, to really find your purpose, your mission, to be happy. Many people tell me, Us, I do these gratitude exercises, but I don't feel gratitude. I don't feel grateful. How come? Well, because you're stuck. Well, because you're filled with negative emotions. It's normal that you don't have room for love, for gratitude, for joy. You gotta release. You gotta empty the bottle because the bottle comes from your stomach. That's where emotions come from. And then it goes up till your throat. And this is when somebody's stuck. And you gotta be able to release all this excess of emotions, to release the tensions from your body. And that's when you're gonna feel better. You're gonna feel more aligned. Transformation is also about decreasing the voice of the ego. Yes, not eradicating the ego, because you can't, but you can decrease the ego. You can educate your ego. What do we mean by educating? The ego is lying to you, but the ego is trying to protect you. All this voice inside, it's not you. Again, it's a tool. You can use it, or it's gonna be used on you. You can use it to create a reality coherent with your soul, with love, or it's gonna be used against you. So the more it's used against you by your past society, the lies that has been imposed on you and that you believed, that's when the ego has a high intensity. And the more you work on reducing that volume and increasing the inner volume, that's when you gain control over your ego. And actually, you turn your ego to work with you, in alignment with you, in alignment with love, with peace, with gratitude again, with wisdom. That's when you align your inner voice to serve you, because that inner voice is creating a certain reality. The question is that reality in alignment with the life that you want to live? Yes or no? Is it helping you in your relationships? Is it helping you financially? Is it helping you in your career? Are you happy in your career? Are you happy in your body? Are you fulfilled in your body? What is that voice telling you when you wake up in the morning? What is that voice telling you at night, during the day? You know what? 95% of your day is unconscious to you. 95% of that inner voice comes from the past. We have over 60,000 thoughts a day, and over 95% of these thoughts are coming from the past. So that voice, when you don't work on yourself, is not yours. It's your parents' voice, it's your insecurities' voice. It's a voice that you have developed since a child to protect yourself. The problem here is that you're protecting yourself with something dysfunctional, something toxic. So actually, you're not protecting yourself, you're hurting yourself. You know, depression is a protection mechanism that you've developed. Yes, anxiety is a protective mechanism, but it's a mechanism that hasn't evolved. So your nervous system, your body thinks it's protecting you, but it's not. That's why we say breathing is so important, because breathing will make you feel safe. And the more that you work on that transformation, that inner transformation, working on the world inside of you, what happens? You are gonna align your chakras. Something that we're gonna discuss about in this podcast. We have 7 chakras. And people who suffer, people who do not work on themselves, who did not dive in that inner world, they're so concerned with the outside world that they're in automatic pilot. They're not making their decisions from their soul. Actually, their past is making the decisions for them. They're attracting the same people, the same situations, the same events, and they're making the same mistakes maybe also. Or maybe they have to fail 1,000 times so they can learn something out of it, instead of just failing once and seeing the message, the true message, because they're connected with themselves. Well, you are gonna align the 7 chakras so energy can flow from within. And when energy flows from within, your creation will become smoother, faster. You're gonna become a quick creator. Energy is flowing. It's flawless. It's fast. So what gets these energetic points to be stuck? Emotions. Again, when you're resisting change, when you're resisting your soul to manifest. In order for your soul to manifest, you gotta work on these energetic fields within you. You gotta work on your body. You gotta release this excess energy. You gotta work on your masculine energy and your feminine energy to create that balance, to create that harmony. You're gonna start seeing things through your dreams. You're gonna start seeing messages. You're gonna start understanding things from your past that you didn't understand yet. That's the power of working on your energy. And that's when life will become easier for you. You take one action and you bring big results, instead of taking 1,000 actions and you see no results. You know, that's working on your energy. That's working on yourself. That's working on your chakras. And at that time, what's gonna happen? Emotions will flow faster, and you're gonna start feeling joy, feeling love, feeling gratitude. That's when you're gonna feel it, because everything is open. Through breath work, through meditation, through hypnotherapy. Yes, through exercises of neural repatterning. Since I was a child, I was fascinated with this world, and that's why I specialized in all these areas, because for me, I found the key to transformation, a key to releasing trauma, a key to elevate people's consciousness, because that's what's transformation about. When you work deep within yourself and you trigger something, when you embrace the unknown with love, with acceptance, with open arms, things will change. Things will become different. Your life will change. When we speak about transformation, we speak about 4 key words. The first one is evolve. The second one is purpose. The third one is mission. And the fourth one is balance. When you evolve in your thoughts, in your emotions, in your body, in your career, in your relationships, in your body, in your finances, when you find balance in these areas, when you find balance within yourself, when you find your purpose. And how do we find our purpose in life? Two things. Outer discovery, to discover new things, embrace novelty, because when you try different things, you're going to learn different things about yourself. And inner work, to remove the walls that you have built between you and your heart, because your purpose is aligned with the heart. So take outer actions to discover new things. At the same time, look inside and work on your heart. Work on gratitude. Work on setting goals. Work on your belief systems. Work on yourself. Work on your values. Work on your identity. Work on restructuring that identity, restructuring the way you see things. Look at the programs in your subconscious mind and how to find them. Look at your life. Whatever you're struggling with, well, you have a subconscious program that is against it. Simple. And when I specialized in hypnotherapy, it's just mind-blowing when you discover the power of the subconscious mind and how to reprogram that subconscious mind. Actually, deprogram something and reprogram something else. Because you gotta deprogram a lot of things. You gotta undo a lot of things. In order for you to learn, you gotta unlearn. Because many, they're using the same mind that has got them to suffer to change. That doesn't work. That mind gotta be unlearned. And we gotta unlearn, and we gotta learn something new. Something more aligned with you. And then there is this mission. For example, my mission and every person's mission should be contribution, spiritual enlightenment. Because what's the purpose of life? You know, for me, true happiness, in the essence of happiness, is two things. Giving without expecting anything. Just giving. That's where you find pure happiness. Look at the times that you were very, very super happy. Look when you surprised someone, when you gave something to someone, when you looked at them saying thank you and smiling. How did you feel? Or even you don't need that smile or you don't need that thank you. Just you give it to them. How do you feel with yourself? That's true happiness. And the second is to work on gratitude. Simple. Is to be an expert at gratitude. Expert at seeing the good things around you. Expert at seeing life for how it is. That's just amazing. That's where you find the essence of happiness. So what are the steps to engage into transformation? And I call it the art of transformation because it's an art. It's like an artist because it's different for each person. We can't map it out for everybody. It's personalized to each person, to each soul, to each energy, to each love, because you can call yourself, I am love. And there is this sentence that I repeat every time after my videos is, I send you a lot of love. And I don't know why I keep repeating it. Well, because that's the highest of frequencies. That's the best thing I can say to someone. I love your energy. For me, that's the best compliment, and I send you a lot of love. So, to enter into this art of transformation, you gotta first change your habits. You know, the mind of today won't be the same mind of tomorrow. Your mind today is not the same mind that you're gonna have tomorrow. It's gonna change. You're gonna see things differently. You're gonna think differently. And how are you gonna do that? You gotta change your habits. Even though it's an invisible change, you won't see it. But tiny invisible changes will lead to a huge visible change. But people who work a lot on themselves, they can notice these micro changes. Yes, these invisible changes, because they practice the art of gratitude. They're experts at gratitude. What do we mean by experts at gratitude? You see the tiny rewards that you get. And those tiny rewards, that's how God communicates with you. That's how the universe communicates with you. That's how life communicates with you. That's how the collective consciousness communicates with you. That's how energy communicates with you. Through tiny gratitude. Second point, work on the past. Work on that program that has been installed in your mind, emotions, and body. And change that program. Get it to evolve. You know, many people that I work with, after a few sessions, they look at themselves the first session and they laugh. They're like, oh my God, I'm so sorry, Uz, to make you go through that. I was so closed up and I don't know why I was seeing life that way. Yes, because evolution will make you see your past differently. You won't see your past differently in order to change. You gotta change in order to see your past differently. That's the trick part. You gotta change first. You gotta make the work first. You gotta change your thoughts, your mindset, your heart. What do I mean by heart? You gotta open your heart. People will say, oh, my heart is broken. No, it's not broken. You cannot break a heart. That's how you see things. And guess what? That's a pretty sad picture to imagine a heart broken. Let me tell you this. Your heart needs to break in order to expand, in order to get bigger, in order to give more love, to channel more love, in order to evolve, in order to grow, in order to expand. It has to break. So stop seeing it as my heart is broken, and then guess what? This is what everybody does when they don't work on themselves, obviously. They just shut down. They close their heart. They put it in a cage. And they open their mind. Does your mind know everything? Nope. So why do you trust your mind this much? Your mind doesn't know everything. Your mind comes from the ego, and even your mind is conditioned from the past. So you close your heart, which is intuitive, because your heart sees things that your mind can't see. When you enter into an interaction with someone, your heart gets the first informations, and your heart, through intuition, tells you you should invest or not your time with this person. Yes, your heart will give you an answer as soon as you meet someone. But your mind cancels out that message. And you listen to your mind. So open your heart. That's where change is gonna begin. Then you gotta clarify your future. So you worked on the past, you gotta work on the future. What do you want? What kind of life you wanna live? Again, dream. And through your transformation, your evolution, goals will change. That's okay. That's life. Your goals 5 years ago won't be your goals 10 years from now. It's different. So change is part of life. But start by dreaming. Use your imagination. Because your mind won't feel motivated if you don't find, why are you here? What's your purpose in this life? And to find your purpose, you gotta start take a paper and a pen and start being the architect of your life. Start this construction of the house on paper. Start planning. And then you gotta become a master. This is the fourth step. Become a master. Master at what? Meditation, stopping time, visualization. These are things that you can train yourself to actually be good at them. Train your mind at being in the present moment, at observing. Train your mind at being grateful. People will try gratitude once or try to meditate once and they're like, oh my God, I can't do it. It's very difficult. It's okay. First time you drive, it's difficult. After 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, you're going to become an expert. But you cannot evolve if you do not master the present moment, meditating, breathing, stopping time, observing, gratitude. These are fundamentals in order to transform your life. And 5, your life's philosophy. You gotta live with love and you gotta live with purpose. That's what life is about. And you gotta implement this love by helping people. Implement this love by implementing these tiny habits in which you contribute to a better world, to a better society. Contribution is key. So find ways to expand love in your life, in your relationships. Always ask yourself questions. What can I improve in my communication skills? What can I improve in my self-confidence? Ask yourself questions, introspection, journaling. All of this will help you to transform your life. And don't forget, you are love. And when you conquer your mind, you're gonna conquer your life. Thank you so much, everybody, for spending this time with me. Oz Zoglami with you, and I hope to see you soon for another episode of this Oz podcast. And if you have any questions, please do not hesitate. It's my pleasure to answer your questions, my pleasure to interact with you, and I'm so happy to have started this podcast. This is the first episode of the Oz podcast. Hope you enjoyed it, and if you have any other ideas of subjects, please let me know. Thank you so much and send you a lot of love. Have a good one.